Guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Max, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about VAR and the decisions this week that were kind of controversial.
Baby girl running on my mind. Damn, you must be tired. Spent long days and nights chasing you, girl, yeah.
Honestly, in my opinion, guys, this Chelsea game against Fulham had a lot of difficult or a lot of wrong decisions made by VAR. I'm a Chelsea fan. Diego and I are both Chelsea fans. We always have been since we were little. Chelsea won this game. Honestly, I watched the whole game and I wasn't too happy with how Chelsea played this game. There was a lot of mistakes, and honestly, it just wasn't a good game for Chelsea. And I think that we benefited a lot from the decisions that the ref made with the VAR. VAR is there for whenever the ref is a little, not sure about whether or not it was a foul or the ball was out or something happened before the goal, just to help out the refs with those decisions. And we've seen that year after year. VAR does influence a lot in the overall, I guess, not only just the results of the games, but how the game is played now. We know that the defenders back in the day, they knew maybe if the ref wasn't watching them, if the assistant ref wasn't watching them, they could get away with things. That doesn't happen anymore. If they do something, it's on camera, it's in slow-mo, it's pretty evident. So you got to be careful about what you do, what kind of tackles you make, handballs, everything's super tricky. And there just seems to not be an answer for the same questions in all these different leagues. Like sometimes there'll be a handball here and they'll say, oh, he didn't mean to, so it doesn't count. Other times you can tell that the player didn't mean to touch it with his hand and it'll be like a handball. So you just never know anymore. I feel like it's really hard for the refs because they don't know what to do sometimes. There's a lot of rules and there's a lot of factors that kind of have to go into play to decide whether or not it is a foul or it is a handball or this doesn't matter or this was way after the play. It's kind of tough for us to just blame the refs for everything. I think that overall there needs to be maybe a change in the system and maybe in the rule book of how they are to go about certain situations. Obviously, in my opinion, in this game, Chelsea were favored by the decisions. There was a goal from Fulham by a young kid. I think he's an 18-year-old kid by the last name of King. He honestly scored a great goal. It was a great play for Fulham. And I guess a little bit before the goal, there was a foul from Chalobah. There was a foul on Chalobah. I didn't see a foul. Like, yes, he kind of goes through him a little bit, but not really. He's covering the ball. I think it was Muniz, the striker from Fulham. He's covering the ball, and we see Chalobah kind of trip over him, but he's the one covering the ball. Chalobah goes through him, and he gets hit, and he trips and falls, but I just don't think that's a foul, and that's coming from a Chelsea fan. Also this weekend, another play that was kind of controversial was the Lamine Yamal PK. I saw the replay. To me, is there contact? Yes. But the defender kind of puts himself, again, kind of like that Fulham player on Chalobah. He kind of gets ahead of the player, right? So he has the possession and he gets his body in front of Lamine. And then Lamine's kind of going for the shot, running forward, hits him. But I just don't think that's a foul, And it just so happens that like when they do go to VAR, they want to go to VAR. The system shut down. It's not working. And instead of the refs going, hey, you know what? We don't know about this decision I'm about to make. We don't know if it was or not a PK. So let us pause the game. We're going to, take a break until the system's back up. And we'll go forward from there. We'll make the decision once the system's back up. No. He goes with his decision of marking a foul, which is, to me, non-existent. And Barcelona get away with it. And it's not the first time that we see bad decisions made for Barcelona, for Real Madrid. We see most of these bigger teams kind of be favored, in my opinion. But, it's just downright crazy that the system is down at all, in such a major competition like La Liga. How can it be possible that you go into a Barcelona game, and the system's down? We heard Frankie de Jong talk after the game that he thought it was crazy. It kind of shows that maybe the league's not where it needs to be. It's crazy to me that you're a professional league and your system's not working properly. And, accidents happen, I understand. But so then if it's not working correctly, wait until it is. That way we can go forward and we can make a better decision. So let us know what you guys think about VAR. Let me know your opinions down below in the comments. Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think it's affected the game? I personally do think that it's affected the game in multiple ways. I do think also that it is a good thing, but I just think that there needs to be a better system put in place. So that's it for today's video, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Baby girl running on my mind. Damn, you must be tired. Spent long days and nights chasing you, girl, yeah.